Today we are going to learn about comparative and superlative adverbs, and this will help you with your assignment on IXL Objective QQ13. To review real quickly, adverbs modify or change, verbs, adverbs, or adjectives. Those are the three things that they can modify. They answer the questions how, when, and where. So just a quick review of what an adverb does. For fourth grade purposes, adverbs almost always stick to the verb modification or the verb changes, the verb descriptions. So with comparative and superlative, this is what you need to remember. And generally, you can tell by what sounds correct. When you compare two things, you use the suffix er or the word more. And when you compare more than two things, you use the suffix est or the word most. So let's do some samples here. My mother waited blank, then my father for dinner to arrive. And the word we're going to put in here is patiently. My mother waited. Notice we're comparing mother and father. We're comparing how they waited with this word patiently. So my mother waited, hopefully you said more patiently than my father. We would not use patientlier, and we would not use my mother waited most patiently than my father. That just sounds odd to our ears. So here's the next one. We're going to fill in the word eagerly. Again, we're waiting. UK fans waited blank, then U of L fans, for the NCAA standings to be announced. We're comparing one set of fans with another set of fans, so it's just two groups. UK fans waited more eagerly than U of L fans. So we're just comparing two things, and we are telling how they waited. All right, let's look at the next one. We're going to fill in loud, some form of loud there. I sang the blank of all the students in the auditorium. We're going to tell how I sang. We are comparing me with all of the students. I guess I should say we're comparing I with all of the students. So we could say I sang the louder of all of the students. I sang the loudest of all of the students. So loudest would be our best choice because we're comparing I with a whole lot of students. All right, let's see if you can do this one on your own. Grandpa always pats me blank on the back than Grandma does. You're going to put hard in there. I hope you put Grandpa always pats me harder on the back than Grandma does. You're just comparing the pats of Grandma and Grandpa, and you're comparing how they pat you. All right. Let's see if you can do this one. Mrs. Boone watched us blank at lunch than Miss Rachel did. And hopefully you said Mrs. Boone watched us more closely at lunch than Miss Rachel did. All right, those are all our samples, and that should help you with QQ13.